Chasm, released July of 2018. Available for all modern platforms. Retailing for $19.99 on all platforms. Chasm is a procedurally generated metroidvania, meaning that in each playthrough, the map will be somewhat different. In theory, this leads to infinite replay value. Not so much once it's been put into practice. But semi-random dungeon aside, there is actually a story here. There is a small mining town, which is under attack from creatures that are originating from the mine. Most of the citizens of this town have been captured, and apparently the best response to this is sending in one low-ranked guy to take care of the problem. And you play that low-ranked guy. When you get to the town, there isn't very much for you to do, as most of the citizens are being held captive inside the mine. Now, even if the map is different each time, the things you will find in each given area are always the same. In this first area of the mine, you will always find the same few townspeople. When you beat the boss of this area, you'll go to the catacombs. There again, there are a few citizens there to be saved, and they will be the same citizens in each playthrough. And like with the citizens, your various mobility upgrades will always be found in the same areas. In the catacombs, you'll always find the upgrade that lets you grab onto ledges. In the keep area, you will always find the slide, and so forth and so on. The only difference between playthroughs is how much repetition there's going to be between finding these people and items. The best parts of the mine are definitely the boss fights. Each boss has a definite pattern that you can learn, and can definitely be made easier by using the right weapon and right sub-weapon, as there are several types of weapons in this game. Swords that slash in front of you, things with a long wind-up over your head, spears with more reach, and many other options. The sub-weapons, on the other hand, are a greatest hits of what you've seen in Castlevania games. A throwing knife that goes perfectly straight, an axe that goes in an arc above you. And it's not that there's anything wrong with these sub-weapons, just some more originality would have been nice. You can upgrade your sub-weapons, and most of them, once upgraded, do take on unique traits. As you delve deeper into the mine and save more of the citizens, there will be more things to do in town. Most, but not all of the citizens will open up shops for you to use. And nearly all of the citizens have some kind of quest you can do for them. If they are a shopkeeper, this will either expand their inventory, or give another function to that shopkeeper. Doing the quest for the woman that sells you your sub-weapons allows you to upgrade those sub-weapons. Getting flour for the baker expands the bakery. Finding the blacksmith's hammer will allow you to craft equipment with raw materials. But unfortunately, most of what the shopkeepers are selling in town is not all that useful to you. Most of the time, you will be able to find better equipment in the mine than you can have the blacksmith sell you or make you. The baker sells you food, which can heal you, but a lot of enemies also drop food that can heal you, so why bother spending money on it? Only the woman selling you sub-weapons and the potion maker serve much of a function. So is Chasm worth your time and money? Even at its modest price of only $20, I don't think so. While the boss fights are good, the procedurally generated map usually isn't. I played through this game 4 times to see what the map might have to offer, and each time I found that things were repeated a little too much, like there's not enough parts to choose from to make the procedural generation really work. And it doesn't help that there isn't really a compelling story here. This town means so little to the kingdom, they sent one guy. And once you get there, there's some kind of professor who's trying to find a lost civilization, but that really never gets interesting. And the areas of the mine don't really make sense after a certain point. You go through the mines and the catacombs. Those both make sense to be underground. But then you find this area that's supposed to be like a lush forest or jungle, and it seems weirdly well lit for something that's underground. And you also find some kind of fortress, which, okay, that could also be underground, but you can clearly see a red sky above you. What exactly is the logic of these areas? It's also odd that all of the citizens that you rescue seem entirely too calm with the whole situation. They were being held in cages underground, and once you free them, they just go back to business as usual? I think at least a few of these people would opt to leave town. So no, don't spend your $20 on Chasm. There are other, better metroidvania experiences to be had at that price point, and in some cases even less than that price point. Please do subscribe, comment, like, and tell your friends.